Memories of Field of Dreams as mom addresses book bans at school board meeting. In another attack on free speech, a group of far-right conservative activists has influenced the Granbury Texas School District board to ban several books containing LGBTQ content. The board has also granted school administrators the power to remove books from shelves without any review process if they decide they are not appropriate for students. This move drew the ire of the Democratic chair of Hood County and dedicated mom, Adrienne Quinn Martin, who took the podium at a local school board meeting. She blasted the Granbury Texas School District's latest move to ban LGBTQ+ books from libraries and Superintendent Jeremy Glenn's callous remarks on the issue.
We know that books are continuing to be purged. We know student library aids have been banned. We know a group of non-parents have pushed for these book removals and continue to do so. Being a taxpayer does not grant special privileges over students, staff, and parents. I do not want random people with no education background or experience determining what books my child can read, what curriculum they learn, and what clubs they can join. Just because you can get up at every meeting and rant and rave does not give you authority over my child's education. Your personal religious beliefs, people in this room and on this board, should not be affecting my child's education either. Our schools are not to be used for personal political agendas, and our children are here for education, not religious indoctrination. I implore the board to put an end to trying to appease these extremists, focus on retaining staff, providing excellent public education, and a safe and welcoming learning space for all students. The speaker speaking about what great Christians they are, great. Go tell your pastor. Our schools are not your church. Thank you.
That's it, right there.
Girl,
I could not say it better myself. People who are not involved in education should not be making educational decisions, and certainly religion has no place in school.
She should run for governor of Texas. She really should. I mean, seriously. I mean, just so well-spoken and right on target. She's got it.
I have to say, there's this mayor in El Paso that I think might also do a pretty good job.
You know, we can shout all we want, but the fact is they're getting the votes. Like the school boards here in Florida, they are just being turned over and turned over and turned over. But Texas has like 200 counties, and most of them are very rural and all this. This school district is a suburb of Fort Worth, the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So this is a very metropolitan area, and by Texas standards, very forward-thinking. And they're still getting their tentacles in on our children. Leave our children alone, Republicans.
Absolutely.
Parents like her definitely deserve to be on school boards, definitely, because this isn't just focusing on just her child. This is focusing on the education of all children. And she's right. Like, schools should not be a religious indoctrination. What about children who are Muslim or do not have a religion of their own? Like, we should not be trying to create young Christians and have this movement of right-wing extremists or evangelicals. I mean, that's not the place. Like
that's what homeschooling is for.
Yes, if that's what you want, homeschool or Christian schools or Catholic schools, but this should not be a public school with public tax-paying money to be used as a religious institution.
You know, I have concerns about our voices versus these conservative Republican voices in this school district in metropolitan Fort Worth, Texas. In metropolitan Fort Worth, in this school board, the school board is following the radical GOP voices, the radical church evangelical voices, and they're following because they're loyal and they're motivated to work to get what they want. Our voices that are saying, this is really bad and you should keep it out of our schools and we should be focusing on our education and all of the things that we would sit and say at this table, I'm very concerned that the people that would follow the advice and observation we make are sitting at the bar in Wilton Drive. And that's the difference in them and the difference in us, I think. LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Laura are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out Television Network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBTQ plus community.